Congratulations for this album, and I was wondering why it's been few years since your first album to the second, and I'd like to know why it got so long and what you've been doing all this time.
I appreciate that. I don't really know why it's taken so long. I guess it's just kind of a part of the process of writing and everything, but the songs have been done for a while. We just wanted to make sure they were right, I think, before we wanted to release this to the public. And I think we got about as close as we could on this record. I know we're really, really happy and really proud of this record and really anxious to get it out to see what the people will think around the world. And it just in between touring. I mean, we were touring a lot then. We were on the road and playing shows, and um, yeah. So it's kind of like you're trying to tour and record. It kind of gets pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. But we finally got it, and we're really satisfied with it. We're just ready to get it out now.
But that's good news because I think your first album hit like pretty big for being a first album from a band, and if you have so much touring, means that things went well. Did you guys were expecting all this success just starting from the first album?
No, definitely not, because that was our first major record we ever recorded, and we just put it out, hoping that it would be heard. We had no idea that it would do as well as it did, and we're really grateful for that.
And I was watching. I think that you don't have Instagram, or I don't know. Maybe I didn't look it right. But uh, to get this success with the first album had something to do with the social media, or it was just for you guys playing in radios, in shows, and
We had really good publicity. We had a lot of great write-ups. Not really the social media stuff. It was more of playing live, getting out and playing live and getting on the road, because it was right after the pandemic, and we just come out, busted the doors down, playing as much as we could, and I think that's what helped us out the most.
and now you've been signed to Mascot label. So is this like a big step for the future of the band?
I believe so. I believe so. The team at Mascots wonderful. They do everything they can in their power to help us, and we try to deliver on our end by getting songs that people may or may not want to hear. So we try to do the best we can to hold up our end of the deal, and they do theirs. So it's pretty great.
Yeah, great to hear that. Going back to the album, in this album, there's some songs that are very like southern rock oriented, but some ones that has like some songs have like a country flavor. But it surprised to me that some other songs are much more hard rock. I mean, I think you even have like guitars tuned in E flat or D, so which is pretty modern for what's now the rock. And I would like to know, how do you guys choose when to do like one song more country, more southern, more powerful? Uh,
We write, when we write, whatever comes out. Like if I write in a room, like if we're writing together, mostly it's guitar riff driven and musically driven. And like when I rap by myself or something, it's more of a piano or acoustic guitar. And some of the songs are heavier on this record, but we also like heavier music. We like bands like Led Zeppelin and Sabbath and, Audio Slave and, you know, Pantera, stuff like that. So there's a lot of that influence in our music throughout everybody's influences upon themselves. And that really comes to show. Like, it's just a certain environment that the song is written in. Really, that's how it comes out. Whether if it's country or something like that, it's probably written, by me or Logan or something, and then we take it in and we're like, "What do you guys think about this?" And then we kind of build around that. But the rockin' songs, they're all written in a room together.
mm. Yeah, and I was wondering about the composition process because uh, I guess that composing the music to get in the song is pretty seems pretty normal, but I would like to ask you about the lyrics because usually lyrics are something very personal, so it's not probably that easy to write lyrics between two, three people. So how do you guys
Yeah,
write lyrics? If can you tell?
yeah. I normally write the lyrics. I write the lyrics just that's kind of like my job. The guys, they got their parts, and I'm the one that has to come up with the lyrics and melody and stuff like that. Of course, with definite help of Logan and Richard, our manager, Richard Young. We kind of bounce ideas off of each other sometimes, and some of our favorite songs are written, me or Richard, me or Logan and stuff like that. And it's just, but primarily I write the lyrics and the melodies and stuff like that. But it's always good to have a second opinion, because that second opinion could change the whole shape of the song.
And do you try to write the lyrics always like being something personal, or sometimes you just write about other things? And
Um, Majority of it is personal, yeah, but a lot of, sometimes, like a new song on the record, she's gonna get it. That's just from playing in bars. You see that stuff all the time, you know. But a lot of the stuff that I write is normally like really positive and really personal.
mhm. Also would like to know, because you guys are from the South, and what makes Southern rock so special and so different from, because there's many variations of rock anywhere, but it's like the Southern rock has something special that you hear, it's like, wow, that's great.
Yeah. I think it's just the influence of Southern rock. I think it's the gospel and the blues and the country and everything that comes to make that one as instead of just regular rock where it's just driving and driving and pumping. And Southern rock can go multiple different ways. Like Dwayne Allman and Wilson Pickett doing "Hey Jude" took a Beatles song and made it a Southern rock song. Just by those two guys doing that, it changed the shape of that whole entire song. And all the, I don't know, it's just the roots, really. I think it's the blues and gospel and country and just the area and the aura of that music, I think.
And you guys all share more or less same music influences, or there's different?
It's pretty different. It's pretty different. We all like the Led Zeppelins and the Black Sabbaths, but some of the guys in the band, they like harder stuff. They like all of the like metal music. They like all that kind of stuff, and like Pantera and Metallica and you
Mega.
know Merle Haggard, and I mean it goes crazy. It's like Merle Haggard and uh, but then you got people like Logan who listen to AC/DC or Boston, or and then you got somebody like me who listens to stuff like Ray Charles and Wilson Pickett and Bing Crosby. So it kind of goes way out on a limb.
Yeah, that's good. And I was wondering also, right now you are in a stage with a band that you can already live from the music you're doing, or you still need to keep some other jobs, or how's the situation in the band?
It's good. It's good. We're actually gearing up to hit the road pretty heavy. So we're going to be on the road for, we leave out on the 21st of this month. We arrive in Belgium, and then we'll be in Europe for about a month, close to a month. And then from like the 21st of August to the 30th of December, we're pretty slammed.
Mhm. Yeah, I saw that you are not coming to play to Spain.
Yeah,
We
we
should.
were we were there 2 years ago with Blackstone, and it was incredible. I really hope that we can get back there soon. I really do. We love the music and the people over there. We love how they appreciate the music, and it really means a lot to us. It's incredible.
Yeah, I would love to see you guys here. Actually, you mentioned Blackstone Cherry, and you were opening for Blackstone Cherry, I think, also for the Purple, and would like to know how was that helping in your career, and also how cool was playing with all these guys, like.
Oh, it was absolutely incredible. Blackstone Cherry helped us out a ton. They really took care of us. That was our first big tour and our first time out of the country as a band. And they really set up shop and showed us how it was done. And they took care of us the whole way through. And it was awesome to get to know those guys and be able to tour and wake up and hang out with those guys and learn everything we could from them. And playing with bands like Deep Purple, I mean, it's unreal, walking out on stage and you see their gear sitting on stage, it's like, holy cow, yeah, this is incredible. And and actually getting to know them and playing multiple shows with them, that's a feat in itself, and we're really blessed for that. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, not many people get to say that kind of stuff. You know.
Actually, I got the chance to interview Ian Pace from Purple, and it was funny because one of the questions I asked him was if after so many years with the band, they still got along as friends and hang out or do things after. And he said, no, we just need to see each other at night when we play, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was wondering that probably in your band, probably is different. You guys are friends, you hang out. How is life in Georgia Thunderbolts?
You know, it's the same. Everybody's got their own thing when they get home, but when we get on the road, it's go time. You know, it's all about the music, and then it's like we never left off. You know, we get right back together, and you know, it's like we never missed a day.
Mhm. Nice. And right now in the mainstream music world, it's very popular right now, the featurings, that do a song with the artist featuring and stuff. And because you have been opening with all these great bands, are you planning, or do you think it's possible you're gonna have any featuring collaboration from in the future?
I don't know. I don't know. That would be something that could be really it could be possible. It could be really neat too. I just have to see what comes along with it and work with it, you know.
Mhm. Okay. Talking about the second song of the album, you say it's like a pretty strong song, and you have a like a statement like this is a rock and roll record, a record song. You also say this is the way we live, and
Hmm.
I would like to know we all have the idea of the 70s and 80s rock bands live, like, drug, sex, craziness, everything. I would like to
Yeah.
know how do you live like the rock and roll life now in 19 and 2034?
Um, it's it's about the same. Honestly, it's still. I'm just so in involved in music, and it really is my life, and it's everything that I do. It's in everything that I do. Hearing noises outside, may inspire a song. You never know. A bird singing in a certain way. It's just incredible. It's about how you look at things. A lot's changed in all of those years, but it's about how you look at things. And for me, I wake up and I live it. You go to bed, I dream about it. And I just, it's not the partying, it's not the drinking, it's not that. It's the feeling that music gives you without having to do any of that in the purest form. And that's what inspires me to keep going. Is I just want to create something that means something to somebody, and it. Uh, and I know it's possible. I know it's possible because music is magic. It really is.
Yeah, music is great, and I mean it's like the idiom that connects everyone from different parts of the world, and
Yeah.
it's very special. But I guess also now when you are in that moment with the band, that there has to be also like a part of like a regular job. I mean, you probably have. Do you have any routine of rehearsing weekly on a weekly basis with the band, or uh,
Yeah. We rehearse before we hit the road, before we hit the big tours. But normally when we're home, we just kind of spend time with family and stuff like that. And I write a lot at home every day. I mean, I'm either playing piano, and the guys do too. They play at home every day, just trying to keep the chops up. But it's just when we get home from the road, we're just tired, and we just kind of relax until it's time to go and do the thing, and then we go and prepare ourselves. We go through rehearsal and knock all that stuff out, and then we're on the road together for months at a time. So we try to savor as much time as we can at home with the family.
Mhm. And now that you are already in tour, you're gonna be ready in tour and in Europe. You keep writing lyrics, ideas, stuff when you're on tour, or you just focus on the tour and then wait it till you come back and have more time.
No, I'm always writing. That's the thing about the iPhones. I really like them because you can sit there and you can type in your notes, or you can sit there and do a voice memo and send it to yourself where you don't have to lose it when you get home. You pull it up, and then there you go. You got the song waiting on you. So kind of doing your homework, I guess you would say. You do the forward and what do you get home to write the book. So
Hmm. Nice. Uh, Also, one thing I noticed that right now it seems that there's like a comeback from 70s rock, and there's like a lot of bands of young, I don't know, like Bertie Honey, Larkin Poe, The Wolf, all these guys, which are young musicians playing rock. But from my point of view, at least here in Spain, when I've been to concerts from all these bands here, I see that the public, the audience is mostly people over 40 years. And I was wondering how is it in the United States if the crowd is younger and if you feel it's more difficult to connect with younger audiences that people like 40s or 50s.
yeah, yeah, it's about that age. I mean, there are some younger ones over here too, but it's normally about that age for Southern rock, over here. Your more popular music, like your Taylor Swift and stuff like that, they got the younger crowd. And the younger crowd's always, especially today, it's a lot harder to get because the attention span is so short. You
Hmm.
know, you got to have that one song, or you got to have that, you got to get them in the first 2 seconds or they're gone. And, that doesn't really give you enough time to appreciate the art of a song or an album or a music video or anything anymore. Like back in the day, everybody would wait for the album artwork and they'd go home and they'd look at it while they listened to the record. But and I used to do that with CDs when I was younger. I used to get the CDs and look through them as I'd listen to them, and they don't even have CD players in cars anymore much, and it's just the attention span is so short and it's so hard to grasp. But all of the fans who come out, they enjoy what we do, and we try to deliver the best we can. Just a normal rock and roll show.
And from all these years, do you feel in the rock scene of clubs and playing gigs in US is still keeping strong, or you think that it's going down?
I don't feel as strongly as I used to about it. I've noticed lately that it's harder to get people to come out, and it's really sad because there's so many bands out here just tearing up the road and killing it, doing awesome. They're great bands, and nobody gets out to see them. And it's really sad.
Mhm. And about your music influences, you mentioned Sinatra and some, and I would like to know, do you listen any new stuff, new bands that come up, or more focus on the older?
I don't really listen to new music at all. I haven't found anything that I really relate to much.
Hmm.
Uh, the stuff I listen to is normally from like the 30s or 40s or 50s. I listen to really old when the golden age of music, when they would tell a story without saying a word. Kind of like the silent film era when they all they had to kind of do was they acted, and the music kind of portrayed the feelings and the emotions and stuff like that. So I'm really big into lyrics and melodies and the feelings that certain chords can give you and stuff like that. And I don't find anything much that I can relate to this day and time.
Hmm. And when you started singing, I don't know how was what age you started singing, but I would like to know which were the most important singers or bands that for you that inspired you, like your heroes?
When I first started, it was definitely Bob Seger and John Fogerty from Credence.
Mm.
Those two were, you know, those are the ones that I kind of shaped myself after. And I got deeper and more in depth with it. And I learned the bluesier side of things. And now my biggest influences are people like, Ray Charles and Wilson Pickett, Frankie Miller, and Bob Seger, obviously, and Paul Rogers, from Bad Company, guys like that can just absolutely well. I think Paul Rogers has aged like wine when it comes to vocals. I mean, he hasn't missed a lick. And, I love soul singers. I'm a big fan of soul singers and soul music. And, uh, yeah, yeah. But when I first started out, it was definitely Bob Seger and John Fogerty. And now Um, I've been on the train of, blues and soul my whole career now.
Oh, nice. When I was a kid, my dad took me to see Ray Charles with a big band in Barcelona where we were living there, and it was like, What
That's
a hell of a
hey,
concert, man.
I bet I bet that was amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, these things you are very small, but you remember all your life. It's like, but
Yeah.
if we are talking, it's the power of music. I mean, it's like, these things. And how do you see the near future for the band? Any plans, any things in mind?
Not off the top of my head, nothing I know. Just to get this new album out and try to spread the word about it as much as possible. Try to reach as many people as possible. Anyway,
Mhm. Well, I think you're doing a great job, and
thank you.
like we said, we hope to come to Europe. And if you could choose any artist that you could work like collaborating with the album, which one would you like?
I'd like to work with John Lennon on a record. I wouldn't really like to work with him. I'd like to sit in a room and watch him work on a record.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's to see how they do the things in real time.
That'd be the best.
And about the album, how you guys produce the album? You work with a producer or you self produce the things? So.
Our producer was Richard Young. He's our manager also. He plays for a band called the Kentucky Headhunters,
Mhm.
which is actually the drummer Blackstone Cherry, John Fred. That's his dad.
Mhm.
Richard is John Fred's dad from Blackstone.
Wow, nice. Yeah, the album sounds amazing. I really like it. So, and I like
Thank
this kind of music. So that's brilliant. And when I don't want to take much more time, but I would like to know just in a personal, like a personal question, like what things do you do when you have time off out of the music? What things you like to do?
you. I like old cars and motorcycles, so I kind of tinker around with. Other than that, I really enjoy. I don't know. I like playing piano. I mean, I never. There's never a day in my life where I'm not doing something in music. But when I don't, I just like to sit and listen and read. I like to read. I like to read.
Oh, nice. And you practice piano? I mean, you practice a lot, or just use it more for composing and.
No, no, I play it a lot. Yeah, I write a lot with it, and I play a lot with it, and I'm a student of it. I try to learn everything that it can throw my way.
Wow. And you play also classical or just more like blues or country stuff or
I play, like boogie. I play a lot of boogie. I'm starting to venture off into the world of jazz. I play a little swing. Um, just stuff here and there. I'm not definitely not a jazz musician, and that's a whole different ball game. That's going to take a few years to even figure out, but I'm working my way towards it.
and now you're planning I don't know if in your live concerts you plan to play in piano also as you singing? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The piano will be out on the next album cycle.
Okay. Only like also like are you gonna put like some Hammond roads or just skip piano sounds?
Just yeah, yeah. I got the Rhodes and I got the Grand, so it's going to be really neat.
Wow, that's cool. That's I didn't know that that's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, I love it. I love the piano.
Wow, that's great. I mean, that's a great tool for composing. I mean, it's the better. So, well, I think I don't want to take you much more time. I was a great pleasure talking to you, and
Yes, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
hope the best for the new album. Hope you guys do great and keep building a biggest audience
Thank you.
and hopefully next time you come here, I get the chance to see you guys live and talk to you live and have some fun.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, when we get back over there, you'll have to come hang out with us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I will bring you a CD from my band.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, cool. So thanks so much, TJ. It was great talking to you.
Thank you. Great talking to you,
Yeah.
brother. Have a good
You too. Wish you all the best. Bye.